Where do you think is the best place to hide inside a vehicle? This soldier clearly ran out of ideas. Instead of seeking real cover, he chose to hang underneath the machine itself, a decision that shows desperation more than strategy.
This moment shows a soldier crawling slowly across the battlefield, almost childlike in how helpless it appears. The choice to remain low to the ground gives the impression of seeking cover, but in truth, it offers no protection at all. Every drone above continues to track movement, whether standing or crawling. Perhaps standing up and running would have seemed more decisive, yet even that would likely have changed nothing. The reality is harsh. Survival is not determined by posture, but by the fact that every step is under watch. And so the outcome of this scene is already obvious before it ends. In this scene, the drone flies deep into enemy lines, reaching a Russian checkpoint. The soldiers inside were not prepared for such a sudden visit, believing their position to be secure. But the drone's arrival proves there is no safe place. After circling briefly, it locks onto its target. For one of the soldiers present, this unexpected encounter becomes the end, showing once again how vulnerable such outposts truly are.
A serious mistake is made here, entering a building while under the watch of a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone. The soldiers believe they are safe, but their movements are already tracked. Within seconds, an FPV drone follows them inside, turning shelter into a deadly trap. Here we see the patience of a Ukrainian FPV drone. It waits quietly until two Russian soldiers appear in the open. The timing is perfect. The strike comes before they even realize the danger. There is no chance to run, no time to hide. The encounter ends almost instantly, leaving no question about the result. It has been a while since we last featured the category of foolish decisions, but here is another example. This time, the idea was to hide from a drone inside a pipe. At first, it may have felt clever. Enclosed space, no line of sight, some hope of safety. In reality, the choice only delayed the inevitable. From above, the Ukrainian operators clearly followed the soldiers' movements. Hiding in a pipe does not erase the signal, and the drone patiently circled until the moment was right. The real mistake came when the man decided to crawl out. Perhaps he imagined the drone might fly inside after him. Instead, by leaving his shelter, he simply made the task easier for the operator. The first strike lands close, shaking the area but not fully neutralizing the target. To end the attempt once and for all, a second drone is dispatched. This follow-up strike removes any doubt. The footage then shows the drone hovering and moving through the area, scanning what remains. Here we witness a dramatic moment on the battlefield. An FPV drone strikes directly into a Russian quad bike while it is moving. The footage comes from the perspective of one of the soldiers involved. The impact leaves him wounded, while another rider nearby is luckier and escapes serious injury. According to Ukrainian sources, this video confirms the outcome. For at least one of these men, the pursuit of money and war ended abruptly here. Here's another not-so-wise decision on the battlefield. A Russian soldier attempts to hide inside what looks like a shower stall, believing the walls might protect him. Instead of safety, it becomes his grave. The drone operator wastes no time, directs the strike with precision, and the supposed hiding place turns instantly into the end of his story. Footage from occupied territory shows a manual explosive triggered beside a moving convoy, likely carrying supplies, and the sudden blast proves again that even routine transport offers no real safety in war. This sequence captures 3 back-to-back drone strikes, each showing the same level of precision. The first drone dives directly onto a soldier caught in the open field, ending his movement instantly. The second strike follows almost immediately, targeting another fighter who believed the terrain might shield him, but the explosion proves otherwise. Finally, a third drone closes the sequence, striking with equal accuracy and leaving no doubt about the outcome. 3 attacks in a row underline the relentless pace of the battlefield. The footage opens with 3 Russian soldiers attempting yet again to cross an open field.
From the first seconds, a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone is already overhead, quietly tracking every step. On such terrain, there is no real shelter. Every movement stands out against the ground, and the risk grows with each meter they advance. The first strike comes after brief maneuvering. An FPV drone dives, lands near the leading man, and a second impact finishes the job. In the very next moment, it is clear that nothing remains of him. 1 out of 3 is gone, and the field becomes even more hostile for those who continue. The remaining 2 immediately change direction, heading for the nearest trees. The logic is simple. Shadows, branches, and uneven ground feel safer than the open. But the drone above never loses sight. It drifts, corrects, and keeps them framed, noting every stop and every attempt to hide under the canopy. Further attempts to eliminate them follow. The pair split briefly, then converge again, trying to use the tree line to break the view. Each time, the perspective from above restores the picture. The distance closes, the pilots stay patient, and the pressure does not let up. When the soldiers push deeper into the forest, the pattern remains. The terrain slows them, but it does not protect them. The drone keeps altitude and angle, marking positions and waiting for the next window. The men drop to the ground, rise, change direction, and run again. None of it removes them from the frame. In the closing stretch, the pursuit ends the only way it can. Another strike connects, then another, and the movement stops for good. What began as a simple attempt to cross an open space becomes a sequence showing how little room there is to escape the eyes in the sky. The final images confirm what the narration has already made clear. 3 set out. 1 was erased in the field. The other 2 were found under the trees and deeper in the forest. None of them made it through.
If you enjoy our videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave a comment, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss new episodes.
This part of the footage captures a Russian quad bike moving slowly across the field with a small trailer hitched to the back. At first, it looks like a routine ride, just 2 soldiers transporting supplies from one point to another. But the moment does not last long. From above, the Ukrainian reconnaissance drone is already tracking them, and an FPV drone is dispatched to intercept. The strike comes fast, hitting directly into the moving vehicle, flipping the scene into chaos. A follow-up angle from the recon drone leaves no doubts, clearly showing what remained after the impact. In this clip, the target is not infantry, but a Russian BMP moving across the field. The armored vehicle might appear tough at first, built to withstand gunfire and heavy use, but it is not safe from FPV drones. The footage shows how quickly the situation turns. The drone approaches, locks on, and strikes with precision. Flames rise from the vehicle, proving once again that armor is no guarantee of survival.
This part of the video focuses on the destruction of enemy fortifications. The camera follows Ukrainian drones as they identify and strike Russian positions carefully prepared in the landscape. At first, the structures look solid. Dugouts reinforced with wood, small bunkers covered by earth, and trenches that seem deep enough to offer some protection. But from above, the view tells a different story. The reconnaissance drone watches every entrance, every corner, and patiently guides the FPV units toward their targets. The first strike crashes into the opening of a dugout. The impact shakes the ground, sending debris across the position. For a moment, there is only dust and smoke, but as it clears, the weakness of the structure becomes clear. What looked safe is now broken apart, and the soldiers inside are forced to scatter. The next attack follows almost immediately. Another drone rushes low and fast, striking a nearby cover point where movement had been spotted. The explosion leaves the once secured trench exposed, its walls collapsing inward. The very lines built to defend now serve as markers for destruction. The sequence continues as Ukrainian operators demonstrate patience and precision. They do not waste drones blindly. Each one is sent with intent, coordinated with surveillance from above. When enemy soldiers attempt to flee from one shelter to another, the drones are redirected, ensuring no gap in coverage. Every attempt to survive only makes their position more visible.
By the midpoint of the footage, several fortifications are already in ruins. Wood burns, earth caves in, and smoke rises across the line. The camera shifts from one destroyed point to another, capturing the systematic dismantling of defenses. In the final phase, the last standing cover is struck. The explosion is larger, scattering pieces of timber and soil across the frame.
That brings us to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed the footage, don't forget to support the channel. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and turn on notifications. Your engagement helps us create more content and bring you new episodes straight from the battlefield.